day, everyone. I am Nelia Lumanta, Monte Calvo, reporting about the types of social group in a society. So, first is we're going to define the word social group. Social group, it is collectively of two or more individuals who are in state of interaction with one another. And then, according to Colley and William Ogboard. So first, we're going to discuss first William Ogborn. When two or more individuals come together and influence one another, they may be called as a social group. And Mayer Nimkov, according to him, social group is a group of two or more persons who are in state of interaction with one another. Okay, so what is now the example of the social group? A family living in a home. That is a social group. A group of employees working in the same organization. A group of classmates, a group of members of a meeting, and so on. Okay, so we have now the type of the social group. What are now the different types of the social group? Okay, on the basis of contact, we have the primary group and the secondary group. On the basis of identification, we have the in-group and the out-group. On the basis of rules and regulations, we have the formal group and the informal group. On the basis of structure, we have the voluntary group, involuntary group, and delegate group. On the basis of relation to society, we have the unsocial group, the pseudo-social group, anti-social group, and the pro-social group. Okay, so let's discuss first on the basis of contact. On the basis of contact has two types, the primary groups and the secondary group. So what is now the primary? So the primary, mo ni siya ang concept ni C.H. Colley. And secondary is given by Masever. Okay, so let us compare the primary group into secondary group. Okay, so the primary group, there is a face-to-face interaction among its member. The secondary group, the group is formed by relations secondary to primary group. There are frequent interaction among its members. In secondary, there is comparatively less face-to-face interaction. In primary, the relations among the members are too personal, intimate, and intense. There is comparatively less frequent interaction. The member possess background attributes such as language, interest, culture, and religion. The relation among the members are impersonal and secondary. So in the primary, there is a physical proximity among the members. And then in the secondary, there is less physical proximity among the members. And then the groups in the primary are smaller size. Whereas in secondary, groups are larger in size. And then there is a sense of well-feeling in the member in the primary and the secondary. The members have a specific aim or interest to achieve. So let's go to the on the basis of identification. The basis of identification has two types, the in-group and the out-group. A group, arita sa in-group, a group to which directly belong is called or in a group. It can be our own family, our tribe, our sex, occupations, the games, or the interests of the group. So in the in-group, The the term in group is used which an individual want to identify himself with a group or shown an association with a group, such as by saying, I am Americans, we are English, we are Filipino, right? And we are Bisaya, okay? We are Christians, and we are Muslims. We are students. We are doctors. We are musicians. That is in group. Okay, how about in out group? In the out group to which we do not belong. Okay. It can be any group of others including the family, the tribe, the sex, the occupation, and interest. So, saan po example ani ni out group? Okay, example. We are Americans and they are Indians. We are Christians and they are Muslims. Okay? They are engineers and we are educators. Okay? So let's go to the basis of rules and regulations. So the rules and regulations has two types, the formal group and the informal group. What is now in the formal group? Okay, so the formal group, it is a group that has well-defined rules and regulations for joining the group, staying in the group, and leaving the group. Saman po na siya. Those who fulfill the rules and regulation can join and engage in activities of the group. So the membership can be cancelled if the members violate the rules. So in the formal group, if one members has a mistake, they are cancelled the membership or they will not be belong to the group. The example of the formal group will be the organization, the banks, diba? In the hospital, educational institution. Example, I am now belong in CTU because I enrolled in CTU. But the time nga mundang nako, I will stop my studying. I am not belong in the CTU. Okay, so that is now in the formal group. For example, you are working in the hospital, then after your contract, you are not already belong to the hospital or any institutions. Okay? So let's go to the informal group. In the informal group, it is a group which has prescribed rules and regulations for joining the group, staying in the group, and leaving of the group. Okay? Any person can join the group, participate it, and leave it whenever he wants. So, what is now the example? A group of students sitting in playground and gossiping with one another. Any other classmate can come and join it. Other example include people gather to see a joker in a public place, in formal clubs and association. That is now what we call the informal group. Now, on the basis of structure. So, that is the concept of Sanderson. Then has divided the social group in the basis of structure into three. We have the voluntary group, the involuntary group, and the delegate group. So first, the involuntary group. Involuntary group, it is a group that individual cannot join or leave by his own choice. So, what na mahimo? No. So, what is now? Involuntary. So, the example is a family in an involuntary group because an individual has no control over his birth. He cannot or she cannot choose his or her family. Diba? Di ta kapili kung kinsa mahimo atong inahan. Di ta makapili kinsa atong mahimong ginikanan no. And then to be born or born in a specific family. The sixth group is an involuntary group to which are born without our choice. What ay choice? That is a male or female. Gipanganak ka nga babay, you are a female. Kay naaman ka ana nga organ. Okay. And then, age group is also an involuntary group. We belong to our age group with changes, with growth, but we have no control on changing our age group. Okay, so mao dito siya si involuntary. So now, let's go to the voluntary group. Oh, excited ba mo about voluntary group? It is a group that an individual can join or live by his or her own choice. Oh, kani katuan na gid ning kagustuhan. For example, you can join people watching a game in a playground. Or you have your choice to join them. You can become a student in college. That is your choice. Naganahan ba kang mahimong estudyante or magtambay lang? Sometimes you are required to fulfill criteria to join BULA, a voluntary group, but still it is in your control to fulfill the criteria and to join it. So that is in the voluntary group. You have the control. Next is the delegate group. Delegate group is a group that serve as a representative of the large number of people. The member are either elected by the people or nominated on the basis of a certain criteria. Okay, so motto siya no, a parliament is a delegate, a group represent need to the public. Okay? So Arita, so let's go to the basis of relation to society. George Hassan has divided social group on the basis on its relation to society into four types: the unsocial group, the antisocial group, the pro-social group, the pseudo-social group. Okay? Unsocial group. What is the unsocial group? It is a group that remain detached within a society. They do not participate in the society and remain alone. Remains alone na dyan na sila. Mag-inasara na ni sila. Okay? The example are the introvert. Are you introvert person? People with adjustment problems. Di gid din sila magana na dyan sila mag-inusara kay kanunay man makakita og away kay ngano man dili magkasinabot. Problems or psychological anomalies. Drug addict, mga criminals, and murderers. Ganahan din sila mag-inusara. So they are belong to unsocial group. Next is the antisocial group. Okay, unsa po yung antisocial group? It is a group that act against the interest of the society. They destroy public property and peace. Wa na mao ni tigdag kagubot kay mga antay ni sila. They intend to spread fear and aggression to pursue their aims. Ilang ihadlok, ano? Example of this include the terrorist group, the criminals, the murderers. Kita karon wa na taron anti-social, wa na tay social kuan ron gathering because of coronavirus, no? Anti-social na tani ron. Okay? And then a group of laborers are on strike against the administration of factory. Anti mga students mag-demonstrating the protest. Okay, people gathered to demonstrate against the government katong magsigig rally. And we also sometimes become violent and anti-social group. Kana makita na to, we've seen in the television, no, kana magsigig rally, they are anti-social group because of their own interest. Na they have the group acts against the interest of the society. Wala nila huna-huna ang unsa may kaayuhan sa ato nga society. Okay. This is the pro-social group. It is a group that work for the betterment of the society. They engage in activities for the development, prosperity, welfare, and the peace in the society. Okay. All the governmental and non-governmental welfare organizations are the example of the pro-social group who work promoting education, reducing poverty, providing healthcare, treating drug addict, helping the underprivileged people, and rehabilitating the grave ones in the society. So that is the pro-social group. Nintabang ka. Because you are aiming the betterment of the society. That is the pro-social group. How about the pseudo-social group? Unsa man sad ni siyang pseudo-social group. Okay? So that is a group that participate in the society only for their own interest and gains. Para pud sa they are only looking for their self without looking to other people. No? They do not care about the interest of others or betterment of the society. They are considered only about their own gains and benefits. They behave in predatory or parasitic way in the society. So, where we belong? Are we in the unsocial group, antisocial, the prosocial, or the pseudo-social group? I hope we belong in the prosocial group, that we are aiming for the betterment of the society. And thank you for listening. That's all for my report about the different types of the social group in the society. Thank you.